Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trish, and today is going to be my highlighter ranking and declutter video. So if that is something that interests you, just go ahead and keep watching. So I have a total of 11 highlighters, and we are going to start at the very bottom and work our way up to my tippy top favorite. So coming in at number 11 is going to be the AOA Studios Velour highlighter in the shade Clumsy. Now this is a very pink toned highlighter, which is why it is ranked so low. As you can see on my skin, it does leave a very it does leave a very pink toned cast to it. It would make a beautiful blush topper. I just don't use blush toppers, but I do like the formula. It's one of those putty formulas that kind of dry down to a powder. So I do like this formula. I just don't particularly care for the color. So this one here at number 11 is going to be a declutter. My number 10 highlighter is also from AOA Studios, and it is the Velour highlighter in the shade Oops, and this is what that looks like, and I'm not sure if you can get the shift that has, but this is a white highlighter with a pink shift to it. So that is what that one looks like. And the only reason that this is ranked so low is because it is too white for my skin tone. While it does have that pinky shift to it, it just comes out white on my cheeks and kind of gives it a weird ghost effect to it. So I do not particularly care for this color in Oops either. So this one is also going to be a declutter. Coming in at number 9 is going to be the Wet n Wild Let Your Light Shine Care Bear. Sorry, didn't want to open it. Care Bear's highlighter here. And this one here is a pretty champagne color. And I do like the coloring of it. I just don't like that it had the glitter chunks in it. I can make this work, especially over like my bronzer as a bronzer topper, but I'm not sure you can kind of see the chunks there. And I don't appreciate the extra texture on my cheeks. I am over 40, so texture is not my friend. So this one is ranked low mostly because of the texture, not necessarily because of the color, because I do think that's a pretty color. But this one, again, is going to be a declutter. Coming in at number 8 is going to be another AOA, a Velour highlighter, and this one is in the shade Sometimes. Now this you would think is the perfect highlighting color for me. I mean, look at that. That is just gorgeous. It blends in beautifully to the skin, and it just looks beautiful compared to the other ones that stick out on my skin. That one is the one that blends in most to my skin. However, I don't ever reach for this. I don't know what it is about this color and this product that I just don't reach for it, which is why it's ranked so low. And this one is also going to be a declutter because of that. Coming in at number 7 is an AOA Studio highlighter, and this is in the shade Crazy. And this is actually what got me hooked on the AOA Velour highlighters. This shade here, I do not know why I fell in love with this shade, but I did, and it is just gorgeous. And it's a purple highlighter, but on the skin, it just has this look to it that's not too like white or ghostly. And I love the color of it, and I love the formula of it. And this is the one that did make me fall in love with the Velour highlighters. So I am going to be keeping this one, even though it's ranked so low. I just have more highlighters I have fallen in love with as of late, so I have not been reaching for this one. But I am going to keep that one. That is more of my wintertime, if you will, highlighter. So this one is going to be a keep. The next one in the ranking is going to be Ofra's highlighter in Glazed Donut. So this one comes in at number 6. And the reason this comes in so low is because it is a blinding highlight. And I just don't wear blinding highlights. Like, there's Glazed Donut compared to all the other highlighters. And you can tell this one is just more of a in-your-face highlighter, which I do like for my inner corner, and that is mostly how I use this highlighter. I think I've only used this on my face once because it's just too much for me and my personal makeup preferences. So I am going to keep this highlighter. It is newer to my collection, but this is more going to be like an inner corner brow bone highlight as opposed to like a cheek highlighter. So this one as well is going to be a keep. We've now made it to the top 5, and coming in at number 5 is going to be the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder in Starlit. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous highlighter, if you can see it there, which you probably can't. This is absolutely stunning. And it's stunning on my skin, and as you can see, it blends in beautifully to my skin tone. Now you might be wondering why it is not ranked higher, because this is actually a dupe for one of my favorite highlighters. So this one I don't really reach for once I found out that this is more of a dupe for one of my favorites. So this one is actually going to be a declutter, not because it's a bad highlighter, because it's gorgeous and I love it, and it's more of that subtle sheen that I really appreciate. It's just not one I reach for because I have one that I like better. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the JCat Luxe Pro Powder in the Pearl Luminizer shade. And I love this powder. I think Jessica Braun here on YouTube got me hooked on this powder, and it is a stunning powder. It's very luminescent, but not over the top luminescent. And let me get a little more. It is very luminescent, but not over the top luminescent, and it is just a gorgeous powder. The problem with this one is I don't reach for it very much because it is a loose highlighter, but it just has this luminosity. It doesn't change the color. If you notice, out of all of these, it doesn't change the color as much. It just gives a little bit of a glow, a hint of a glow. The only problem is it's messy. Very messy. And I do not reach for it because of the messiness of it, but I do like it, and I'm trying to find a way to use it that's not as messy. So this is still going to be a keep. It is newer to my collection. It's just gorgeous. Love the look of it. Just so messy. All right, now we are to the top 3, and you guys, these are all interchangeable. I had to rank them somehow, but I will tell you that I love each of these shades, and I love them for different reasons, and they are all like my tippy top favorite highlighters. And the first one is going to be the Makeup Revolution and the Simpsons highlighter in First Kiss, and this is what that one looks like. It does have a pink and like a champagne here. The way I use it is, if you can see up here, I just rub my brush between the two here and use it as one shade. So I mix the two shades together. So let me see here. It is right here. But this has been my go-to since I got it. I am loving this shade. I love the luminosity of it. I love everything about this. I'm so upset that they discontinued this so quickly. Like, I went into Ulta and I picked it up, and then it disappeared from the website. It's not on the Makeup Revolution website anymore. I don't know what happened to it, at least in this shade. Now they do have a deeper shade of this, but this one in First Kiss is just gorgeous and definitely my most used highlighter right now. But why this is ranked so low is I did just get this. It is very new to my collection, and I felt really bad about ranking it first when it is so new to my collection. And it's a contender for first later on down the road. My number 2 highlighter is actually the highlighter that the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder in Starlit was a dupe for, and that is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. And this one here, you guys, this was the only highlighter in my collection for the longest time because it is just, it gives you the luminosity. It just gives you this gorgeous glow that honestly, you can't top. Nothing really compares to the prettiness of this on the skin and it buffed out. It's just gorgeous. So if you can find this, I highly recommend you get this. This is one of my favorites. By the way, that's a keep. I can't believe I didn't say that, but that's definitely a keep. And now, my number one favorite highlighter currently is going to be the Flower Nose Pretty Rock Baby in Revelation. And first of all, the packaging on this, 10 out of 10. The embossing on this, 10 out of 10. And then you get to the actual highlight. And you guys, this highlight is just stunning. I'm gonna do it here because I ran out of room. Look at this highlight. It's just stunning. I love this highlight. Like, if I could only keep 3 highlighters in my collection, it would definitely be these 3. But this one and this one are definitely tied for the top spot in my heart because they are just so good and so different, because as you can see, this one is a very luminous, very wet, just glowy look. And then the Laura Mercier one is more of just a subtle, just a hint of a glow, if you will. So they are very, very different. The closest one this one probably comes to is the Ofra Cosmetics, but this is not as blinding. It's more of just a wet look as opposed to the blinding look here. So this is ranked number 1 currently in my collection, but like I said, you guys, these 3 really do, like, they're interchangeable, and this is the one that I've been using the most as of late. So I am decluttering 5 highlighters. And I am keeping 6 highlighters. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty much decluttering half of my collection since I did have 11, but it feels good to get some of these out, especially ones that I have not been reaching for or are just completely the wrong shade on me. So I'm super excited to get them out of the way, but that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you would like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.